Searched everywhere. I looked through hundreds of files, searched through my text messages. I even looked everywhere in my wardrobe, but I just couldn't find where I asked for your opinion.
Hey y'all! Y'all miss me? I missed you guys. Welcome to another episode of Dear Qadriyyah Safiyyah, where I scour the internet and search for situations where I can offer my unsolicited opinions. This episode comes from Dear Abby. Dear Qadriyyah Safiyyah, woman angry at brother for asking her adult children to pony up for repairs to her car. I wish this was a Am I the Asshole? Because it already sounds like the mom of the adult children sounds like she's a bit of an asshole. Let's see. Dear Qadriyyah Safiyyah, my mother has had serious health problems lately. She had a brain tumor that was successfully removed. Okay, now I'm walking back she's an asshole. Walking it back. 4 weeks later, she needed major colorectal surgery. I do not know what that is, but that sounds rectal. That's what that sounds like. I don't know. I stepped up and used my vacation and sick time to care for her. Use your mom. That's what's up. I don't earn a lot of money, but I make enough to support myself. During mom's illness, my car broke down, and my brother offered to get it repaired since I was with her 24/7 for about 6 months. Wait, who? Woman angry at brother for asking her adult children to pony up for repairs to her car. Okay. All right. I don't know who the brother is at this point. I thought it was the adult children's uncle, the mother's brother. We'll see. I was grateful because I didn't have time to manage that situation. He returned the car to me with an itemized bill for around $3,600, and I repaid him on a monthly basis. Okay. When the bill got down to $1,200, he told me that he'd taken a collection from our family and the rest of the debt was forgiven. It's not forgiven. It's not forgiven. It's paid. It's not forgiven. It's paid. During my mom's illness, my car broke down and my brother offered to get it repaired. Okay. So it's my mom's, right. So it's your brother. It's the mom's child. Okay. And told me the debt was forgiven. We've already decided the debt was not forgiven. The debt was paid. Qadriyyah Safiyyah, I just learned he didn't take a collection from our family. He took a collection from my children. Okay. Whose children? The family. Okay. I just learned that he didn't take a collection from our family. He took a collection from my children. They are, in fact, your family. So that is what happened. I don't want to list all the reasons why this is upsetting. Why not? That would be helpful. My children are adults. I did not pay for their college. They're all self-supporting and have made their own way in life. I'm very proud that they stepped up to the plate when my brother rolled them. Is that slang? Rolled them. But I didn't raise my kids expecting them to take care of me or support me in any way. Who's writing this letter? Whose car is it? Because it said my mom. My mother So is it her mother? Okay. So my mother, so it's her mother. Okay. So her mother had serious health problems. Her mother had a brain tumor. 4 weeks later, her mother needed surgery. She stepped up and used her vacation time. She doesn't earn a lot of money, but she earns enough to support herself. During her mother's illness, this mother car broke down and her brother. Okay. There was one too many moms in this story. I got confused. Okay, so her brother repaired her car for her, and then he asked her children to pay the balance. Okay. Is it unreasonable of me to be angry at him for doing this? We have over 75 family members. My parents are the oldest ones left. For the last 17 years, I have taken them to every medical appointment and surgical procedure with no help from anyone. My brother ran the vacuum cleaner only 3 times during the 6 months Mom was sick. Am I right to think what he did was wrong? Signed, Bothered in the East. So the reality is, it sounds like you are not upset about the car situation. It sounds like you're upset that you're the only one taking care of your parents. That's what it sounds like. And of the 75 family members, you say that no one has helped you. Your children are adults. And were they included in the 75 family members that don't help? What is the question? Am I right to think what he did was wrong? Let's go back. I was grateful because I didn't have time to manage that situation. He returned the car to me with an itemized bill for $3,600. I repaid him on a monthly basis. When the bill got down to $1,200, he told me that he'd taken collection from our family and the rest of the debt was forgiven, meaning the rest of the debt was paid. No. You're absolutely. What was the question? Am I right to think that what he did was wrong? Of course it was wrong. Of course it was wrong. You were without having. I'm just interested to know why at $1,200 he decided that he needed the balance paid immediately. That would have been helpful information. Was he going through a financial hardship where he needed the $1,200 that he was out for the repair of your car? That would have been definitely helpful information. Because it sounds weird. It sounds like if you're paying down the $3,600 on a monthly basis, and all of a sudden at $1,200 he's just like, I can't keep going with this month-to-month repayment. What I don't like about the brother is the lack of communication. I'm doing a Dear Qadriyyah Safiyyah right now. Can you come back later? Yeah. Thank you. What I don't like is the lack of communication with your brother. To me, it would have been absolutely reasonable for at $1,200, if he needed the total balance in full, for him to say, hey, Bothered in the East, I'm going to need this $1,200 quick, fast, in a hurry. I also don't like the slick deception. I took up a collection from our family. That's a wild way to say your children paid your debt. I'm wondering I'm wondering about the family dynamic. It's an interesting dynamic that it's an interesting dynamic of what just happened. He had your children pay your debt for you and covered it under our family. Are you right to think what he did was wrong? I think that's a weird question to ask about the situation. I think that you already know what he did was wrong because it's not what you agreed to. You agreed to pay him back on a monthly basis. And anytime an agreement, the terms of the agreement are changed, then both parties need to be aware of that before the changes are made. So absolutely, he was wrong for changing the terms of your agreement. He didn't forgive the debt was paid. And he could have forgiven the debt. Actually, maybe, I don't know. Maybe he couldn't have. Maybe he needed the money. But what it actually sounds like is that you're using the car repair debt situation to kind of funnel your frustration about being the only one taking care of your parents. And that is definitely unhealthy. It happens way too often where one child becomes the primary caregiver of the parents. I don't know what your parents' medical situation is, but there are plenty of programs where you don't have to do nearly as much as you are saying that you are doing. There are plenty of programs where your parents can get rides to medical appointments. And for the last 17 years, I've taken them to every medical appointment and surgical procedure. I mean, I don't know. Is that a lot to ask from somebody? I honestly don't know if that's a lot to ask. As a person who was involved in my Nana's care during the last few years of her life, that honestly doesn't seem like a lot to ask of one child to take her parents to and from medical appointments. I'm be honest with you. My brother ran the vacuum cleaner only 3 times during the 6 months my mom was sick. Okay, it sounds like you and your brother need to have conversations about dishonesty in terms of getting your children to pay a debt that you agreed to pay, and also in terms of, being more present with the care of your parents. So, are you wrong? Am I right to think what he did was wrong? Of course not. Would it be helpful for you to have a substantial conversation with your brother about the way he operates with your children? And have a conversation with your children. I'm going to be honest with you right now. If I owed my sisters a debt and my sister came to my children about paying the debt, my children don't come to me about that before paying the debt, then I'm going to consider that me and my children have some communication situations that I'm definitely going to invest in resolving, because that's a text message. Ma, Auntie is saying you owe her this money. She's asking us to pay it. What say you? That's a text message while my sister is on the phone with my children or during a group chat. That's a text message they can just shoot me right quick, right? So, yeah, it sounds like you need to talk to your brother. I don't know how many children your parents had, but if you feel like you're the only one taking care of them and you would like your siblings to do more, then a family I know for me, I at one point felt that way, and we had a family meeting and everybody was honest about realistically what they could contribute. And the realism is some people can contribute more to the care of their elder parents or grandparents than others just because of the way their life unfolded. So if you have the ability to do these things, then be grateful you have the ability to do these things. And if you don't have the ability to do these things, then there are programs that will help your parents so that you don't have to do these things if you are not capable of doing these things. Much success to us all.